I think my practice is really grounded in this idea that photography should have a kind of social ambition. So the way in which my images are delivered and packaged in photo books, which are normally self-published, is integral to their meaning. But more importantly than that is the audience, the relationship to the audience. And the act of delivering the book, the photo book, to a kind of target, usually non-art audience, I might add, is absolutely fundamental to the meaning of what it is that I make. Parade started the day that we voted as a country to leave the European Union, so that was June 2016. And coincidentally, I was opening a show in a small town called Guingamp in Brittany. And of course, Brittany means Little Britain. And there are all these other parallels going on. So literally that day I started this project. And I spent 3 years basically documenting life there and what community meant and how people identify themselves and reinforce their own notions of identity through community. And a place like Guingamp, this small town, has tremendous sense of community, which is reinforced through different ways. So you've got the football team, which has won all these cups and awards. You've got the farming community. You've got Breton dancers. You've got baton twirlers. You've got all these expressions of community feeling. And in a way, it's almost like a little Britain. It is a Britain in a sense, and the origins of Brittany are British. So there's a sense in which I was expressing my feelings about what it meant to be part of a community, but doing it through the mirroring of France. So I started the work, and what was most astonishing for me, what came through was this kind of mystical relationship between people and animals, and these kind of really groundbreaking, almost experimental models of being with animals that I hadn't really witnessed before in Britain, whereby even if the end product is food, farmers have managed to develop a very personal, complex and intimate relationship with their animals, with their livestock. And I decided to find real but also metaphorical ways of visually exploring that. So some of the pictures in the show seem to be very documentary, unstaged. Others, like this one behind me, are clearly staged to a certain extent. What I decided I wanted to do was make a second publication called Parade Texts. So I've collaborated with a Europe-wide organisation called Access to Land Network, and they're based primarily in France and in Britain. The book itself, Parade Texts, is both in French and English, and I'm sending it out for free to the Ministries of Food and Agriculture, through local schools and libraries, both in rural and urban areas, to community centres, both in France and in the UK. And it's really urging for us to protect local, sustainable farming